Did you know that $3 billion worth of Bitcoin vanished in a single heist? The mind-boggling figure left the cryptocurrency world stunned. But what's even crazier is how this daring attempt didn't go as planned. Today, we'll explore the dark world of Bitcoin theft, where billions can disappear in the blink of an eye. Cryptocurrency has revolutionized the way we think about money, investments, and even security. But with great innovation comes great risk. The rise of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies has created a digital gold rush, and just like in the Wild West, there are always bandits trying to snatch their share. The decentralized nature of Bitcoin was supposed to offer freedom from traditional financial institutions. However, its anonymity and security features have attracted criminals, turning it into the target of one of the biggest heists in history, $3 billion stolen in a single sweep. The question isn't just how this happened, but what went wrong for those who thought they could get away with the perfect crime. In today's video, we're going to walk through some of the most jaw-dropping moments in the world of cryptocurrency theft, focusing on how one failed heist stands as a testament to the complexity of digital crime. You'll learn the strategies used by these thieves, what law enforcement is doing to combat them, and why, in the world of Bitcoin, a mistake can be as costly as the loot itself. The rise of Bitcoin brought with it an entirely new form of wealth, one that wasn't stored in vaults or guarded by high walls, but instead secured by cryptographic keys in virtual wallets. However, just as banks have been robbed for centuries, it was inevitable that Bitcoin would become a target too. But stealing Bitcoin isn't like pulling off a traditional bank heist. There are no physical barriers, no security cameras, no vaults to crack open. Instead, the thieves had to turn to sophisticated hacking methods, phishing schemes, and exploiting human vulnerabilities to get their hands on those prized digital assets. One of the most popular methods used by thieves was to hack cryptocurrency exchanges. These exchanges acted as the middlemen between buyers and sellers, facilitating the buying, selling, and storing of Bitcoin. But because these exchanges held millions, sometimes billions of dollars in cryptocurrencies, they were a massive target. In 2014, the Gox exchange, one of the largest at the time, fell victim to a massive hack that resulted in the loss of over 850,000 Bitcoin, worth approximately $450 million at the time, and several billion at today's rates. The hackers took advantage of weak security protocols, manipulating transaction records to slowly siphon off Bitcoin over several months before anyone noticed. But it wasn't just exchanges that were targeted. Individual users, particularly those who stored large amounts of Bitcoin in their personal wallets, became prey. Thieves developed sophisticated phishing scams that tricked users into handing over their private keys, essentially the password to their digital fortune. In some cases, hackers exploited weaknesses in software, gaining access to wallets and draining them of their contents. Despite these varied methods, pulling off a successful Bitcoin heist is incredibly risky. Unlike traditional currency, Bitcoin transactions are stored on a public ledger, known as the blockchain, which means every transfer is traceable. Once stolen, Bitcoin is extremely difficult to cash out without drawing attention. Thieves often have to use complex laundering schemes, bouncing the stolen Bitcoin through thousands of wallets and exchanges to obscure the origin of the funds. But even with these techniques, it's only a matter of time before law enforcement starts to close in. In the world of Bitcoin theft, few stories are as dramatic as the infamous $3 billion heist. It began like any other Bitcoin theft, with a hacker breaching a cryptocurrency exchange. However, this time, the scale was enormous, and the thieves managed to transfer billions of dollars worth of Bitcoin into their own wallets. They thought they had pulled off the perfect crime, a heist so massive that it would change their lives forever. But their elation was short-lived. As they tried to move the stolen Bitcoin, something went horribly wrong. The decentralized nature of Bitcoin, combined with the transparency of the blockchain, made it nearly impossible to hide their tracks. Law enforcement agencies around the world were alerted to the massive movement of funds, and soon, a coordinated effort was launched to track down the perpetrators. The thieves attempted to launder the Bitcoin through various exchanges, but each transaction left a trail that brought authorities closer and closer. One of the major mistakes the thieves made was underestimating the power of blockchain analytics. Companies like Chainalysis have developed advanced tools that can track and analyze Bitcoin movements across the blockchain. These tools were instrumental in identifying the wallets where the stolen funds were being moved. Law enforcement agencies, working with blockchain experts, were able to freeze many of the funds before they could be converted into fiat currency. The thieves, realizing their mistake, began to panic, but it was too late. They had left behind enough digital breadcrumbs to incriminate themselves. The fallout was immediate. Several individuals connected to the heist were arrested, and while not all the stolen Bitcoin was recovered, law enforcement had successfully crippled the operation. What was supposed to be the biggest Bitcoin theft in history had turned into one of the most publicized failures. The aftermath of this failed heist sent shockwaves through the cryptocurrency community. For one, it exposed the vulnerabilities of even the most secure exchanges, leading to a renewed focus on tightening security protocols. In response to the attack, several exchanges implemented more rigorous measures, including multi-factor authentication, cold storage offline wallets, and regular audits of their security systems. But it wasn't just the exchanges that were affected. The heist highlighted the risks individual users face when storing large amounts of Bitcoin. In the weeks following the attempted theft, many high-profile Bitcoin holders moved their funds to more secure locations, including hardware wallets that were disconnected from the internet. The incident also sparked a debate about the ethics of cryptocurrencies. Critics argued that Bitcoin's decentralized nature made it too appealing to criminals, while supporters maintained that the transparency of the blockchain is what ultimately brought the thieves to justice. The role of law enforcement in the aftermath was equally significant. Agencies like the FBI, Interpol, and Europol had been working to develop better tools for tracking and prosecuting cryptocurrency crimes, and this case proved to be a turning point. It marked one of the first times that law enforcement had successfully intervened in a large-scale Bitcoin theft, showcasing the potential for collaboration between governments and private companies in fighting digital crime. In the end, the $3 billion Bitcoin theft serves as a cautionary tale for both cryptocurrency enthusiasts and criminals alike. For one, it demonstrated that no matter how sophisticated a heist may be, the transparency of blockchain technology makes it nearly impossible to hide stolen funds indefinitely. The decentralized and immutable nature of the blockchain, which was once seen as a weakness, became one of the most powerful tools in tracking down the thieves. For the cryptocurrency community, the failed heist underscored the importance of security. As Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies continue to grow in popularity, so too will the efforts of criminals to exploit weaknesses in the system. But with every failed attempt, the system gets stronger. Exchanges are better protected, users are more vigilant, and law enforcement is better equipped to handle the unique challenges posed by digital currencies. Looking to the future, the lessons learned from this heist will be invaluable. The rise of decentralized finance DeFi platforms and the increasing adoption of cryptocurrencies mean that security will remain a top priority. And while there will always be those who try to game the system, the hope is that the transparency and innovation of the blockchain will continue to keep them in check. So, what do you think? Have you heard of any Bitcoin heists crazier than this one? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to check out my other videos on cryptocurrency. If you're interested in learning more about Bitcoin security or the wild world of digital finance, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on future content. Thanks for watching.